So good afternoon to you all. It's a great pleasure to have Prime Minister Nielsen with us today. The first time a leader of Greenland has ever addressed this House. A truly historic moment, if I may say, and a milestone in the partnership between Greenland and the European Union. So thank you, Prime Minister, for joining us. Let me start by assuring you that Greenland will always find a strong partner in the European Union. We come to Greenland not with demands or claims, but in the spirit of mutual respect and friendship. We meet also at a moment where the security and stability that we once took for granted are no longer certain. And that is why, together with Greenland, we must keep working side by side to strengthen stability across the Arctic, to counter hybrid threats and to tackle the growing insecurity risks that come with climate change. For decades, the EU-Greenland Sustainable Fisheries Partnership Agreement has been a model for promoting responsible resource management, scientific cooperation and long-term stability in the Arctic region. And Europe stands ready to build on that, from critical raw materials to hydropower and renewable energy. Together, we can chart a new course for new sustainable trade based on mutual benefits and shared values. Last couple of points. Our cooperation extends far beyond goods and security, as we've also just spoken. It is about people. It is about joint research, innovation and youth mobility. And this is why the European Union continues to invest in education, training and skills in Greenland, with more than 200 million euros already committed and more support on the way. The Parliament will always stand, and I will say this now in front of all our colleagues, with the people of Greenland for your right to choose your own path, for your territorial integrity and for the rules-based order. And when you look to Europe, dear Prime Minister, you will find friends and you will find allies. I very much look forward to writing a new chapter in our relationship. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, President. First of all, very honored to be here, and thank you so much for the invitation. In Greenland, we see a very huge potential in a stronger and better partnership with the European Union. But first of all, let me address that I'm very happy for the support we feel in Greenland. The last 6 to 8 months have been a bit strange, to say it at least. But in Greenland, we are looking into more cooperation now, into a strategic partnership. And in Greenland, we also think, in our eager to develop the society of Greenland and the people of Greenland, we think a good and strong partnership with the European Union and the countries can benefit all of us. We have a quite significant role in some areas and some industries than with potentials not used enough for now, but I'm looking forward to discussion to see a stronger partnership on that area. EU are a friend of Greenland. We have heard that a lot the last time, and I will say the appreciation is on our side. Let's build on it. Let's build a sustainable and more stronger cooperation that we will look forward to that. And I'm honored to be able to address the Parliament today. I think that's also a milestone and shows the potential in a further cooperation. So thank you a lot.
Ole Ryborg, Danish National Radio and Television. Question for Prime Minister Nielsen. It's 40 years since Greenland left the EU, and there's been no Greenlandic Prime Minister here. Can we expect to see you more often in the future? And what are the areas that you see the future development between the relations between Greenland and the EU? And the same for Madam Metsola, among other things. In von der Leyen's MFF proposal, we've seen the proposal for a doubling of the funds from the EU budget to Greenland in the future. What do you see as the future new developments besides traditional things like education and fiscal? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah, it's 40 years ago Greenland left the EF called back then, but we have now as we said in the opening statements, a good partnership relationship and partnership agreements with the European Union. And to the question for me about if you're going to see Greenland more often in a European context, I will say I hope so. We really much seek into make a stronger and closer relationship, because we think a partnership there is stronger than today. Even though it's already strong, we see big possibilities that could benefit both Greenland and the European Union.
So, if I can be very direct, I hope that we don't only talk about Greenland during the Danish presidency. And that for us is important because, first of all, as we mark this new path, as we see the increased investment and attention well deserved by the European Union, the commitments made by the European Commission, the delegation that went last week, 5 members of us went to Greenland, and if we also see how we can develop and integrate further. We talked about health, we talked about education, looking at the possibility for youth in Greenland as to how they could really feel part of our continent. That's our responsibility, and it's great that we can have partners and allies doing this together with us.
Thank you very much for taking my question. Valeria Nicke from the German press agency DPA. Your visit here is a signal to the EU, but I also want to take a look on the other side of the pond. Would you also like to meet with President Donald Trump, and what kind of cooperation would you consider with him?
Thank you for the question. First of all, we have had a cooperation with the United States for many years, many years, and also a very good cooperation. Now we are standing in the EU and looking for strengthening that partnership. As it was mentioned in the President's speech, this partnership will be in mutual respect. It will be respect for all parties in those agreements. In Greenland, we have been very still in what we mean about international relations. It has to be in mutual respect, with respect for international law. We seek to have more and better cooperation also with the USA when we can fulfill the respectful tone. We have had a cooperation for many years, and let me state at last that I think a stronger and better partnership with the EU doesn't close the doors for other relationships or other cooperations with other countries. But in all partnerships, I think mutual respect is a very good way to start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.